I want to dedicate this reading to Ann Buxey, Ellen Cohn, and Ellen Reich, who make poetry so possible. I thank you so much for inviting me to do this. This reading with love is for you. The first poem I'm going to read refers to my love of books, bookstores, and specifically to my girlfriend who we're going on a 44-year friendship. Sheila Burns, she's a co-owner of Bloomsbury Books in Ashland, Oregon. Some of you may know it. And I knew her, and she knew me before we were who we were. And this poem is called Mirror, a Palindrome, for Sheila Burns. Where body, mind, heart, and spirit combine, I love Bloomsbury Books, with its welcoming wood floors and swollen shelves. Titles tilt towards me. Sharon Olds' Pulitzer Prize poems in Stag's Leap. The Interestings, the Burgess Boys shout, "Eat me, eat me." Cookbooks, science, fiction, and non-theater, poetry. I spread my Nana bones on the children's section, green carpet, spelunking for something to send my grandkids. I am the kid in this candy store of books. So much to choose from, and I only have to pick. And I only have to pick. So much to choose from. In this candy store of books, I am the kid spelunking for something to send my grandkids. I spread my Nana bones on the children's section's green carpet. Cookbooks, science, fiction, and non-theater poetry shout, "Eat me, eat me." The Burgess Boys, the Interestings, Sharon Olds' Pulitzer Prize poems in Stag's Leap. Titles tilt towards me, with its welcoming wood floors and swollen shelves. I love Bloomsbury Books, where body, mind, heart, and spirit combine. The second poem is titled Friendship, and it's for my bestie, next door neighbor, Carla Morrison, who's right here in green, the most appropriate color. This title of this poem, you can talk to her about me if you want later. This poem is titled Friendship. My voicemail edits my calls. When my neighbor phones to check in, there's no ring. Only later do I hear Carla's pajama greeting. She calls again to see if I'm okay, because she hasn't heard. Why would she when voicemail has hijacked my call? Her call. Don't do that. I draw from the well of loved ones to cheer me on as I lose strength that won't return. These family and friend calls collect like happy coins. I cash in to spin intimate webs. In these calls, Carla and I interlace our hearts' threads, leading us where they will as we move into the day. It mystifies me, a loner, finding comfort to know my neighbor's awake while the primordial is still on the prowl. The next poem refers to my life as a dancer. In the 1960s, I performed with the Martha Graham Dance Company, and this poem refers to Martha Graham's masterpiece titled Primitive Mysteries. It's a dance in 3 sections, and it was the first dance I performed of Martha's in 1964, which was a revival. The work debuted in 1931 and is based on an all-female Native American interpretation of the Crucifixion seen through the Virgin Mary's eyes. This was the dance that placed Martha Graham on the innovator's map with Pablo Picasso, Igor Stravinsky, and Frank Lloyd Wright. Primitive Mysteries 1, Hymn to the Virgin. Hello, step, heel, toe, snap, other foot to ankle, in Martha Graham's Primitive Mysteries. This solemn ritual walk, its heel-pounding sound, bracketing the entrances and exits in this three-part masterpiece. Hello, first section titled Hymn to the Virgin, where we, the chorus, frame the Virgin Mary in primitive stick figure friezes. 4 of us hold her as she splays against our string-taut bodies. Another 4 cradle rock their arms to herald the Holy One within. Hello to each frieze that affects a collective love song in our hearts. Thank you, Martha Graham, on stage in 12 devotees, following her like we follow the Virgin, circling our Mary in countless repetitions of step, step, turn, step, step, add a hiccup jump, accelerating to breakneck speed. Inside this rumpus, Mary squats to birth the little one, her pose mirroring Da Vinci's Pietà. Thank you, Mary, who in a billowing white gown floats between an aisle of 4 kneeling dancers on either side. Our hands in prayer, she exchanges blessings with each acolyte in an arm reach, soft as baby's breath. Thank you, Yuriko, who plays Mary. When she blesses me, the last girl, our eyes embrace, linking our souls. We are one. Goodbye to dancers who starve to look like a long drink of water. We're not the wide-hip women on whom Martha created this dance in 1931 after she came back from the Southwest, where she traveled with composer Louis Horst to study movement and sound in Native American tribes on Guggenheim grants. Goodbye, months of work to bring this 1964 revival, months of prayer at the temple of ritual walk, to give step, heel, toe, snap, other foot to ankle more weight. Goodbye to Martha's hatred of revivals, quoting Negro League pitcher Satchel Paige, she'd declare, "Never look back, they may be gaining on you." Goodbye to dreams where I'm performing wake drenched in anxiety. What's next? Goodbye to being drawn to the impossible. How desperate we are for the petroglyphic style to become skin. One girl snaps her meniscus. Goodbye and thank you to our after-performance satisfaction, a foot stamping, standing ovation. Primitive Mysteries 2, Crucifixus. How the movement in Crucifixus purposely imprisons our bodies. How we 10 acolytes in 2 groups of 3 and 1 of 4 dancers trudge shoulder to shoulder along the floor as one grieving body. How our elbows touch each other in a V shape, which Martha adds, because we need to look more constrained. How my C-curved hunched spine is nailed to its own cross. How I fear this is beyond what I can do. How during one rehearsal Martha shares Christ asphyxiated on the cross, then later, this is the cruelest dance I ever made. How Louis Horst's mournful oboe score underlines human suffering. How center stage Mary inches forward, her face a no mask, her cupped hands below her eyes to catch invisible tears. And how on either side of this tormented mother, two dancers point to an imaginary cross. Look, look, their pointers seem to say, but her inward gaze remains. How Mary breaks through them, her arms in a crosspiece, my son is dead. How we 10 women circle our lost Mary in a marathon of 58 leaps before we and the music stop, walk off stage in our solemn step heel toe, snap other foot to ankle while the audience has yet to breathe. Primitive Mysteries 3, Hosanna. As if we corps of 12 women could not bear it any longer, yet came back for more. As if those bloodletting hours to get the hosannas right, leg raised, arms raised, splayed as a crosspiece, simulating some barbaric rite to celebrate the rise of Mary's dead son, as our limbs break through to announce his resurrection, a brutal dance wrapped in arms in a cross, jump, jump, jump over and over to convey a brimming joy in the Hosanna phrases, while center stage Mary places her hand over an acolyte's for support through her loss. At one point, the dancer backbends into a hungry Mary's arms, as if she were laying to rest her boy's body, a goodbye for many last times. While Mary transitions, we, the chorus, are the outside world, out immersed in his return, while Mary transitions from pain to acceptance in Hosanna's last Shiva-like image. With the dancer hidden behind the Virgin, we see 4 arms rising towards heaven to mark her son's journey and release the sorrow within. We all breathe into this silent language of the soul and rise out of ourselves. To Martha, for Jonawrence Rivera. I see you on the subway, in the street, in the museums, on Etruscan vases, in the millions of bodies you've trained. I hear you saying, dance was a verb before it was a noun. I steal, but only from the best. I swat you away. Let's hear from someone else. But you keep pounding. Dance is 25% talent and 75% drive. I've had my failures and I just kiss them goodbye. I smell you in the trees, the rain, the Upper East Side where you lived, the Lower East Side that smells of pastrami and immigrant streams. I taste you in caviar, in sushi, in my unending thirst for more. I feel your touch in my hair, on my spine. And when you touch me, I'm changed from a woman who's lost into a dancer who's found. There is no sight, smell, taste, or touch like yours, Martha. To dance one of your dances is to live in the realm of the gods. And my last poem is about my daughter, my granddaughter, my granddaughter specifically. The title is Who I Listen to Now. My daughter's running errands in the car when my 60-year-old granddaughter Isabel pipes up, "Mommy, I died and came back." "Oh?" my cruel daughter replies. I died and saw God who told me if people are good, he sends them back. Overwhelmed, my daughter pulls to the curb. Who is this child? She wonders, wiping tears. How does she know such things? Because Isabel is nothing but confident in what she says. Like when she was 4, I told her about her Gemini sun sign having 2 faces. And she remarks, my face is on you, Nana, and your face is on me. Oh, this guru child, spun from light, meant to awaken us to the divine mystery within. Thank you.